Hello, friends, and good day. This is Fred with Tech Talk and Wentworth CCTV of New England, and I am coming at you today with a video on a platform that I have used now for, I guess, a little over a year, and I am super excited about it. It is EnGenius's AI cloud management platform for its network hardware. Okay, and what does that mean? If you install Wi-Fi systems in your home, okay, if you want an access point in your home, upstairs the kids may be gaming and their Fortnite or Madden needs something crazy like 60 frames per second when they play online, and they're always, hey, Dad, my internet's not working, this stinks. You want a good performing access point, right? If you entertain, you have a pool and you entertain in the yard and you want your guests to be able to connect to your network, you want good equipment, right? But we also use this in larger scale installations like campgrounds, marinas, hotels, motels, where you have, many access points and hundreds or thousands of clients connected to the network at any time. And this cloud service allows you to log in remotely to make sure everything is okay. Okay, we want to make sure the access points are online, that your switches and your gateways online. We want to make sure that the clients have a strong connection, right? And that there's a good mix between 2.4, 5G, 6G, and that things are working properly. You can actually look right here. This tells me issues are detected, right? Everything's online, and we have good usage, but there's high channel utilization. If I click on here, it will tell me which sites that have that problem, so we can reboot those and get them on another channel. You can also do speed tests per access point and switch to make sure you're getting adequate bandwidth from your ISP. Okay, it's a really good video. We're going to get into it right now. All right, everybody, what do you say? Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Before we do, you know the drill. There is a subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Please click that and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet done so. That way you can be notified when we upload future content. Also, like the video if it's useful to you. And as always, leave comments. A lot of these videos and our content is based on viewer and subscriber question and comments. So that's certainly invaluable to us. We do have a new member to our channel this week. As you know, there is a link in the description to become a member of the Wentworth CCTV Tech Talk channel. And what that does is it entitles you to participate in our monthly online meeting in which we go over networking. We handle questions from our subscribers and our members. A lot of you guys are do-it-yourselfers or small business owners, and you may have questions about the components we cover in our video. So being a member gives you access to those. We get probably 10 calls a day in the office from viewers that are needing help. And oftentimes I'm in the field or traveling and can't help. This member meeting at the end of every month allows us to do that. So again, there's a link in the description to the video that entitles you to access to those conferences. Okay. So yeah, EnGenius Cloud. Okay. We are logged in. And what you would do, let's log out of here. What would you do? What you would do is go to cloud.engenius.ai and you go to the login screen. This is one of our locations that we're going to use as an example. And you just log into your system. Okay. We have done previous videos, but essentially to get a piece of hardware like an access point or a switch connected to the cloud, you're going to have to create a free EnGenius cloud management account. Okay. Once you do that, there are QR codes on each of the access points, switches, gateways, bridges. You import them to this cloud service by those QR codes. Okay. It's really simple. It's plug and play. And any beginner can do that. Okay. It's not a difficult process. And again, it's free. So if you want to make sure this stuff is working right in your house, I would highly recommend it. Like I said, we have kids that game upstairs, and they'll scream downstairs, the internet stinks, and you used to have to go to the modem and reboot the modem, reboot the router, disconnect other stuff in the house so that they can game. With this, you can put an access point upstairs, and when they complain, you can log on to see what the problem is. A lot of times, again, these are 5 and 6 gigahertz access points, Wi-Fi 6, 802.11ax. There's not a lot of problem with that stuff anyway. But if they should complain, you'll be able to see what the issue is and reboot it and those types of things. So what we have is a campground here, and the PoE switches that we've used in this environment are not EnGenius switches. They're smaller 4-port switches because the access points they're on poles throughout the campground, and EnGenius does not make a 4-port switch. So we have gigabit switches that are not cloud managed. But what we can see is that our access points are all online, right? If this was red and not green, it would indicate that we had something offline. Okay. It will also tell you what band your clients are on, right? You want to see a good mix between 6G, 5G, and 2.4. There are not a lot of 6G wireless cards in clients yet, and cell phones and that type of stuff. We will occasionally see those. We'll see more as time goes on. But right now we see a lot of 5G and 2.4. Obviously, you want more people on 5 than 2.4. Why is that, people ask? Well, the 2.4 gigahertz frequency is a stronger signal. Okay, it's a stronger signal, but it's much slower. And there are only really 3 channels, okay, on the 2.4 gigahertz platform. There's 1, 6, and 11, okay? The 5 gigahertz platform, okay, this is much faster, but it's a weak signal, okay? And there are also a lot more channels for the clients to connect to. So it prevents congestion in the channels, okay? We compare it to highway lanes, right? If 2.4 is a highway, there's 3 lanes for all the cars to travel on, and it doesn't take long for there to be a roadblock. But 5G, there's 11 lanes now, and so there's a lot more room for cars to operate before we have a traffic jam. And of course, 6G, there's 50, 75 lanes for the cars to operate on. So when we talk about bands, that's why we want to see a lot on 5. It's telling us they have a good, strong signal because the signal is weaker, right? So they're close enough to connect to it, and it's relieving congestion at the 2.4. If a client's connected to 2.4, that means it is pretty far away from the access point, and 5 is not strong enough for it to connect to, okay? So if you see too many on 2.4, it's telling you what? You don't have enough access points. They're not close enough for the clients to connect to. All right. So that's that part of the dashboard. Again, we can go to channel utilization, and it will tell us what's green and what's red, right? We're looking good with everything except for these guys have high channel utilization. So those are on the same channel or close to the same channel, and there's conflict. So what I would do, and I'm not going to do it in this particular video, is we would go to that access point, say access point 49, right here, and we would reboot it. And how do you do that? We click on access point. We find the one for 49, which is right here. And as you can see, when we hover over this, it gives us the chance to reboot it. And when it reboots it, oftentimes these will change channels if that's a congested channel, okay? So that's a good feature of the cloud, right? If we didn't have remote cloud management, we wouldn't be able to do that, okay? You can also see what folks are using for bandwidth, okay? And purple is clients, okay? Those are the laptops, the smart TVs, the cell phones that are online at any given time period, okay? And during the peak hours, okay, we should see that our clients and our usage, okay, should be about the same, okay? So when you get to 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night, maybe midnight, that's our peak usage time, right? In the campground, it's when people are in campers, they're home from work, they've already had dinner, and they might be watching the news or watching a game. You want to see that, Okay, right here we've got more usage than clients. Okay, and then of course down here is your time frame. Okay, so the yellow is your total usage. If you click on that, you can see there were 45 clients, and they were using, a total of 31 Mbps. Okay, not so much upload in the campground, but a lot of download. All right. And so that's how you can see that. If you see a big space like this, lots of clients connected, but no usage, and this is in the middle of the day or a time where it should be busy, you have a problem. But in actuality, these are people that are sleeping, and their cell phones are probably still connected to the network, right? We have 43 clients, and they're using, less than an Mbps. So that would tell me people are sleeping. But again, if that was in the middle of the day or at a peak use time, that would tell you have issues, and you would clearly see those here. Something would be wrong. An access point or a switch would be offline. You'd be having issues. So what you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, you can click on clients, and you can see the different clients, and you can see their signal strength. All right. We see a lot of green here. That tells me the access points, the RSSI is a signal strength. And that goes from 0 to 100, okay? And 0 is absolute strength, and 100 is useless, weak, junk Wi-Fi. And in the middle, we have a sweet spot. And I would say that's probably in between, in the campground, in between, 40 and 70, okay? Or 40 and 65. And that's where we want to see a lot of these folks. And if you see that, they're going to be connected at 5, okay? And so that tells us we're looking pretty good here. All right. It will tell you the IP address of the device. It will tell you which access point it's connected to, and those types of things. So we're seeing lots of green, and that makes me happy. Okay. So if you get a call, all right, like I said, we do a lot of campgrounds, marinas, hotels. If we get a call and we say, hey, Mr. Jones at campsite number 24 is calling, and he's saying that he can't connect to the internet. Something must be wrong with the access point. So what can we do with that? All right. We would look at the campground map, and we would find which access point is closest to Mr. Jones. All right. So we have an access point here. Let's say that Mr. Jones is right beside the clubhouse on the campground map. I would look at the clubhouse AP, and I would see that we have 6 clients connected to it. It looks like a lot of them are on the 2.4 network, but we have 6 clients connected to it. The next thing I would do is I would go to diagnostic tools. And again, this is a free feature, which is great. But this is going to tell me some things about this access point. All right. We can do a speed test right here. All right. Speed test. So we'll switch over. It's doing tests in the background that are all green. So that's good. Those are from different servers, Google, Facebook, and Twitter. And if we see green, that's good. Right. So I can tell you right now, when we run a speed test, we're going to get good speed, but we'll do it anyway. We'll hit run. And now this is testing the speed or the bandwidth that access point has to distribute. And during peak times, this may go down a little because people are using internet. But right now we're getting around 90. And I'll tell you that modem is around 100 Mbps. That covers that area. Our upload speed is a little bit higher. Whoops, I messed that up on you. Let's go back. We'll do that again. So yes, blue is going to be your download speed, okay? And the green afterwards is going to be upload, okay? Obviously the difference is downloading and uploading. If you're watching TV, right, you're downloading. If you're browsing the web, you're downloading. But if we're on Facebook and we take pictures and we're uploading them to the internet, that's upload speed. So, and the campground, again, you're going to see more down than up. But both of those are around 100. So, Mr. Jones, we'd have to talk to him and let him know, hey, the access point seems to be working fine. There doesn't seem to be a lot of latency. can you reboot your phone? Are you in a spot where you can see the access point? You have line of sight to it. A lot of times in these campers, they may have a TV or a laptop in the back bedroom. And if it's a huge fifth wheel and you got several walls, they don't have line of sight to the access point. So you got to tell them, move closer to a window. Or if it's a TV that you can't move, they've got to get a Camp Pro to help them connect. There'll be 1 or 2 sites, in a 150 site campground where you have that problem, and you just work with the guest. And again, the Camp Pro is a good solution. We do have a video on how to set up a free EnGenius account. That link's going across the top of the screen right now. You can watch that video, and it will teach you how to set up an EnGenius account for free, and also how to import the hardware to it. Again, a great solution if you're a do-it-yourselfer or a self-employed guy that sets up Wi-Fi in campgrounds. This is what you want to use. Ubiquiti has nothing like it. All right, it cannot touch EnGenius's exterior access points. That mesh and all that stuff, it's garbage. These need to be hardwired, or you need to use the 6 gigahertz point-to-point bridges. Okay, don't use mesh in a big environment. And again, you can get an ECW 120, put it in your house for $150, and you'll have world-class Wi-Fi in your home as long as you're getting adequate speed from your internet service provider. But yeah, that's the EnGenius Cloud. Artificial intelligence at its best. It's a great tool, a great resource, and again, it's free. So why not try it? Hopefully you have a good day. We'll see you in the field.